Extreme hobby, durability and rivalry.
Cześć Michael, miło nam witać Ciebie w Polsce. Jesteś gościem, jesteś założycielem, gościem naszej firmy, która stała się partnerem TFC, które robi dosyć dużą popularność, dużą oglądalność. Skąd idea na sprowadzenie tych zawodników grup, żeby mierzyli między sobą siły w formule, nie wiem, ja nazywam to MMA.
I guess that's from our early childhood, especially in Russia when I grew up. We had a lot of these group fighting things. So we were fighting, I don't know, street against street, school against school, district against district, so with all. And afterwards we found out that there was a big history of it, because, for example, in Russia, the first histories about the group fighting, they are dated something like, I don't know, 14th century, when the village was fighting another village, or one side of the village was fighting another side of the village. And it was really kind of national sport for a long time. And when I was checking out on the internet, the latest photos we have are from 1967. So during the Soviet Union, there was still this official hobby in the village in Nizhny Novgorod. And so there are really photos like people are fighting people, etc. Afterwards, so as people are growing and things are changing, we know that, for example, the group fighting take a big part in, for example, football. And we've seen the evolution that the part of this group fighting, whom used to be and whom was participating, it moved to the football. Another part of it moved, for example, to the skinhead culture. And so actually we can say that group fighting is today, at least in Europe, as far as I know, is really a part of life of almost, I don't know, half of the males, which is fine. And so one day we were sitting together with the friends of mine and we thought, why not make it a sport? Try to make it, because the only thing which everyone is always afraid of are the injuries. So on the street you don't have the judges, you have the rough boots, you don't have anything to stop you. So everyone is more or less afraid, so we decided why not to make so. And from the joke it became a big idea, and we spent a year preparing, so talking with the teams, thinking about the ring, thinking about rules and so on. And afterwards we've made the first event. As usual, after the first event we've understood that there are a lot of things we need to make in a different way. So we've changed, and the second event, which we hope to release in a couple of months, will show that we are developing, but still we are quite sure that the third event would be even better.
Okej, czy po pierwszym zorganizowanym turnieju TFC, byłeś zaskoczony tym oddźwiękiem, jaki z całego świata, jakby te milionowe rzesze fanów oglądających starcia, wtedy jeszcze kibiców. Czy spodziewałeś się tego?
No, it wasn't a surprise, because when we were thinking about it, we were checking a lot of history. For example, we were checking the history of the YouTube videos with the group fighting, when with the shaking camera, someone is filming something and you've got, I don't know, 500,000 views. But okay, we were surprised in a good way when, I think that as of today we have something like, I don't know, 4.5 million views probably on YouTube. So what we understood is that people are really interested in something which is made professionally when they know what is happening. So they don't think that this is a circus or something else. And in this case the interest is high.
Za pierwszym razem, przy pierwszej edycji, drużyny ograniczały się typowo do, powiedzmy, do amatorów, czyli zawodowo uprawiających walki gdzieś tam nielegalnie. Przy drugiej edycji okazało się, że już na przykład drużyna ze Stanów Zjednoczonych składa się z rasowych fighterów, co niekoniecznie postawiło ich jako numer jeden, tak, na tej drugiej edycji. W jakim kierunku TFC chciałoby pójść? Czy właśnie uzawodowić to, żeby to byli zawodowi sportowcy, czy pozostać w tych korzeniach tych amatorów, jak to się mówi, leśnych pojedynków?
Really big question, because even during the first tournament, among the teams, for example, in Polish team there were professional fighters. In Russian team there was professional fighter. But for example, Swedish team was completely amateur from the street, while all the Czech guys were professionally fighting MMA. And so that was already a mix. And I guess that we would like, of course, to separate, because in our opinion, it is not fair when the professional is fighting the amateur. It's not the way the thing should work. But I guess that we need to work for some time more in order to have the possibility to split these two tournaments, so we can have the one for the professionals and the one for the amateurs. Because the original thing was that when we were thinking about the first teams to invite, the only teams who had the experience of group fighting, who understood what it is, they were mostly amateurs. Now we have the experience that we had two professional teams. One was from US, second one was from Latvia. And we've seen that professional fighters enjoyed a lot the idea, and they were getting the strategy quite fast. And it was really a big pleasure to see how the teams changed their strategy. How do they understand? And it looks that probably in some time will come that we'll have two divisions. But right now we're just asking everyone who is ready to participate. Because, okay, we've all seen what's happening in the usual MMA. First they were boxers, then they became the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsus, now there was a time of Muay Thai, that was they were combining, okay, someone is wrestling, someone is... The same here, because, for example, everyone said, okay, we will send 4 wrestlers and 1 boxer. So as soon as you have plus 1 person, you will win. Okay, it doesn't work that way. And what we can see is really that there are a lot of strategies, and that you really need to think and adopt. And the best thing about this sport in my mind is that you need to think about the other guys behind your back, which is really great, both your team and both your opponents. So we'll see.
Na dzień dzisiejszy zapraszacie tylko 6 drużyn. Myślisz, że z czasem może się jakaś edycja, turniej, powiedzmy, rozciągnąć na dwudniowe starcia z racji tej, że zaprosicie więcej drużyn, czy chcecie ograniczyć to do 6? Być może myślicie o wprowadzeniu jakiejś eliminacji do tego, żeby te 6 drużyn przechodziły jakieś eliminacje i przyjeżdżało już zasłużenie na to, a nie poprzez zapraszanie. W zasadzie, na jakiej zasadzie robicie tą selekcję tych 6 drużyn?
There are a lot of ideas about the TFC project itself, but as of today, we're making just the small steps. So we've made the first event, and there was really a problem to find the first teams. Afterwards, we've made the corrections, we've made the improvements, we've decided to change the rules a bit to make them more safe for everyone. We've made the second one. I know that the interest is growing, and so as of today, in our waiting list, we have something like 70 teams from all over the world, starting, I don't know, from Philippines and India to US and Brazil. And we will see, but I hope that if we plan to develop not too fast, it means that we will do everything we can to make it good for everyone. And so we will see, because yeah, sometime in the future I see the qualification, I see several days of tournaments, I even see a kind of Champions League when the teams who won the previous events can meet together. But as of today, we're just thinking about the next one and about improving it for the people who watch it, and for participants, and for judges, and for us also.
Dobra, czy możesz mi w takim razie zdradzić, kiedy kolejna edycja i jakie drużyny tym razem będziecie chcieli zaprosić?
We don't know yet, so we just it was just today morning when we had a confirmed date when the place where we're holding the tournament is available. It will be in December, we hope so. And now we need a couple of weeks to start thinking about the teams. But I guess that this time it will be the team from Brazil, I'm quite sure. So I guess that we'll have the team from US, because US is interested very much in the project. I guess that Europeans as usual, so we'll see.
Dzięki w takim razie i powodzenia, oby ta federacja rozrosła się w jak największa. Dzięki.